In this video, I want to give you a short introduction to our unit with Arduinos. In your Schoology page, you'll see something that looks like this. It usually will say Spark Fun Electronics. They're the ones who have provided the Arduinos that we're going to be using. You might be asking, what are Arduinos? That's a really funny word. What are you talking about? Our kits look like this. Now, there are a variety of types of kits, but you'll notice these kits have two main components. They have this side, which is called the breadboard. Has lots of connections running in here that we'll explain more. And it has a little motherboard this side. It probably will have all these wires. This is for the first build. So we're starting our unit with circuits, how they work, how to build them, and how to control them. Okay, so first go ahead and click on in here. Once you're in here, you're going to notice a couple things. The very first link, the guide, that is a booklet that describes all of this for you. All the projects are in here, all the explanation. This is kind of like a mini textbook, but a more awesome textbook because it's generally well written, lots of diagrams, some words, but not a ton of words. I highly recommend you look some of this over. And in fact, the very first question, once you get into this very first piece, the Circuits 1A, there's a little quiz here. Once you actually start your quiz, that quiz is just over these first couple of pages. In fact, that's through pages 13 through 19. So let me just go down a little bit further. The quiz will be over this page and so forth. They're going to start teaching you kind of the structures and about some of the components you're going to be using. Okay, so we have this guidebook. If you prefer a physical copy, physical copies are also in your kits. So when you're ready, we will give you a kit. The kits are in these sort of boxes. In each of these boxes, they will likely have the guidebook, which we're looking at digital, it's your choice, and it will have the breadboard with the motherboard attachment for us to build from. So that's what's in the kit. Okay, so back over to your Schoology page. So we just looked at the guidebook. Now let's go ahead and build the first project. So the first project is outlined on page 17. You're going to build this. Notice we have a wire that goes from pin 13 here. It goes into one side. That would then go into a resistor. Notice this resistor does not have a black band. Later on, we're going to learn about various resistors. If you have a black band on this resistor, it will not work. So it goes into a resistor here, and then it goes into the LED on one pin. Notice the flat edge should be over here on this other end. So then the electricity would leave this side, go into another wire that's then connected to the ground. So first you're just going to build this. And then once you have it built, we have to put just a little bit of code onto the motherboard so it knows what to do with that. So let's look at how do you get the code. Okay, from your Schoology page, you need to click code. So click it and download it. Now you might notice it has this little zipper icon, or it has this pink where it says extract. Currently this downloaded as a zipped file, which means it's compressed. We have to uncompress it or do what they call extract. So I'm going to click extract all. Now you have to choose where do you want to put it? Where do you want to extract it to? For you guys, save this in your Google Drive. That's one of the only places you can save on these school PCs. So to make sure your Google Drive is open, down here, click on your Windows button, type in drive, hit enter, and log into your Google Drive. Now on my computer, I'm expecting an error. I don't think it's going to work, but on yours, it'll open up your Google Drive. So click Browse, go select your Google Drive, and put it somewhere in there, ideally in a file for this class. So you'll hit Select, and then hit Extract. So then it's going to save these files onto your drive so you have access to them. All right, and then it looks like this. I'm going to click Open. These are the code for all the projects we're going to be doing. We're going to start off with the 1A. It's called Blink. So I'm going to double click that. Double click here. Now it's going to actually open the Arduino software. Once we're in this Arduino software, so there's several comments that kind of explain what's going on. Have a look at those. And then just some simple code that's telling it what to do. Notice it's saying pin mode. So it's going to do something with pin 13. It has an output. It's going to tell pin 13 to go high or on. Wait for 2,000 milliseconds or 2 seconds. And then turn pin 13 off or low for another 2,000 milliseconds or 2 seconds. And notice the comments right here kind of narrate that for you. It's totally okay if this is new to you. Over this course, we will practice reading and speaking computer, and you guys will get stronger and stronger. Now, this might not work quite yet. you need to tell it what port to send this code through. So click Tools here, click Port. It's usually the highest number for yours. If it doesn't work for the highest number, try the next highest number. But I'm going to try COM port for the USB. So this is just for the USB that I have plugged into my breadboard into the computer. So I'm selecting port 4. For you, it's probably the highest. Next, you need to tell it to send that code actually to the unit. So this button right here, Upload, I click that. I notice it says down here, compiling sketch. Here we have a little status bar. And it's almost there. All right, so it says done uploading. So now look at my project. It's off for 2 seconds, on for 2 seconds, and off for 2 seconds, and on for 2 seconds. So that's successful. And then here on Schoology, if you're going through the instructions, once you get to the next question down here, it says do as we've done. But now to get the grade check, we're going to ask you to slightly modify the code so you can start practicing. Here it says change the high delay to 50 milliseconds and the low delay to 50 milliseconds. What do you think that's going to look like? So let's try. I'm going to change this 2000 to 50. Change this 2000 to 50. Hit upload. Compiling. Uploading. Now I hope you are guessing. So now that the on and the off are both for 50 milliseconds or half a second. So it's much faster. All right. Those are the big points I had for you all. Please let us know if we can help you with anything. Dive in. Have fun.